Welcome to Sport Wrap, making sure that you stay informed on the latest sports stories stemming from Namibia and beyond. We have an amazing show for you, so buckle up. Let's get straight to it with the hit list. Now, Namibia's field hockey teams made a powerful statement at the Africa Central South qualifier, winning gold in both the men's and women's finals in Harare yesterday. Their commanding performances secured their place as the top teams in the region as they overcame strong opposition from Zimbabwe and Zambia in the finals. In the qualifying race for the Africa Cup of Nations in August next year, both Namibian sides had already booked their places before yesterday. Let's have a look at some of the results. The other winners from the tournament, silver medal winners, were Zambia. This was in men's hockey. Silver medal winners in women's hockey was Zimbabwe. Gold medal winners, as you know, the ladies from the land of the brave, Namibia. That is for hockey. And of course, we all know it's about hockey, but it is also about Namibia, the gold medal winners, the men also getting it done. Bronze medal winners, Zambia, coming in close. And bronze medal winners for men, it was Zimbabwe. Now, moving on. The Namibia Endurance Desert Challenge is taking place at the coast. Our reporter Precious chats with the organizers.
Okay, good morning. I'm Annelie Kutsia. I'm the team manager for the Young Rider team of Namibia. We got 4 members. Unfortunately, one of our members, his horse was not fit to continue, so he needs to withdraw. So we only got 4 members, but they all well and well prepared. So we started early this morning at 7 o'clock. They depart on the first leg of, I think it's 38 kilometers. They came back in just over 2 hours time. And they were all looking very good. They all go through the vet very well, and they rest for 45 minutes, and they're now out on the second leg, which are a bit difficult, but I think they will do very well. So we just wait for them. They will arrive in more or less 1.5 hours time, and then we will go through the whole procedure again of cooling them down, getting them through the vet, and get ready for the third leg. And then there's one more leg left, the last one, where they go over the dunes. Yeah, and we're looking forward to them. So yeah.
Okay, so you just mentioned earlier that you represent the younger members of the Namibian team. How many members are we looking at?
How many members? They are 4 members. 4 members that ride for the Namibian team, but the whole group that depart was about 12 young riders. So they are the kids of the sport, so they 18 years and younger.
Okay, thank you so much.
So we're here at the NAMEF, Namibian Endurance Riding Championships in Swakopmund. It's an international event regulated by the FEI, the International Equestrian Federation, and we have competition here between the Namibian teams and the South African teams in all the different weight classes. Endurance is a long distance riding competition. This one is over 119 kilometers, and we have one competitor doing the 127 kilometers, and it's run over different distance loops. And after each loop of roughly 30 kilometers, the horses have to pass a veterinary check here to make sure they are fit to continue in the event, because our main priority and the paramount importance of this sport where we're using animals is the welfare of the horses. If the welfare of the horses is in any way compromised, we should not be doing the sport. And that's where the veterinarians are involved. There's a very intensive investigation and examination of the horses. We check their metabolic condition, if they're dehydrated or overheated, or if there's anything going wrong. The horse will be eliminated from the competition and not allowed to carry on further, so that they can go and rest and recover and go back happily. without any negative effect or any long-term negative effect. They're sporting athletes. They need to get back into training and back into competition just like human athletes. And if they get injured or if their metabolic system is affected too badly, it can affect their return to exercise and performance. There's a lot of details, and the sport has developed incredibly over the last 20 years. And as I've said before, if we're not looking after animals in sport, we shouldn't be doing the sport at all. Namibia is very serious. They're busy rewriting the Animal Protection Act and Animal Welfare Act, and it is very important to us that we ensure that the horses are in good order if they're going to be competing.
Okay, so just lastly, I just want to make sure whether there's anything hindering the horses' performances today, whether it's the weather, whether it's the terrain, anything of that sort. Have you
Right.
picked up anything, or is everything smooth sailing?
We'll see as the day goes on. The Namibian coastline is a very interesting place to have a sport like this. If the mist is in the morning, it's different to when there's no mist, and when the sun comes up now, like now, the horses start sweating more. They risk dehydration, they risk overheating, and then later this afternoon we're expecting the wind, which is another challenge, and it's up to the rider to manage their horse through the course in the best condition possible. So in certain conditions you can ride faster, in certain conditions you've got to slow down. And that's the technical aspect of the sport. So far so good. We've had a few horses with minor issues that have been eliminated from the competition, nothing serious whatsoever. We eliminate them to protect them for their future performance. So far so good. We've got a long day to go, but we don't expect any serious problems here. We've got a really good team of vets here, Namibian veterinarians. We have one South African veterinarian, very experienced endurance veterinarian. So they're in really good hands.
Okay, thank you.
Now, in our last hit list, Black Africa Supporters Club representatives are set to host a meeting on the 1st of September to discuss how they can bring the club back to glory.
As Angeles Jomo, chairperson of the interim committee, and then I'm sitting here.
My name is Victor Klausep. I'm secretary of the interim committee.
Chamba Katimba, I'm the treasury of the interim supporters committee.
Okay, so we are all gathered here for an event that's happening on the 1st of September, a big event for Black Africa. Can you just tell us a little bit more about this event and what the supporters can expect?
Yeah, we just want to set the road of unification and reconciliation and the way forward for Black Africa. That is our main aim there, and we invite all the stakeholders of Black Africa to be there.
Also on that note, we also are acknowledging the current EXCO and board members of Black Africa. So we also invited them so that they can come forward that day on the 1st of September at Emmanuel Shividu School and in person to tell the supporters, the owners of the team, as to the way forward of the team, what transpired, to the downfall of the team, and the positions and everything they are holding, to explain to us, and so that we can take it from there as one team to go along with it, because many people are in the perspective currently now that we are two Black Africas. Now, what to get out of that two Black Africa faction, we want them all to come so that we can be one, as my interim chairperson said previously. So we want them to hear the truth also from their mouths, because we just heard some are saying, no, it's illegal, it is not known by us, etc., etc. But as we are sitting here, we, the owners, has been waiting too much long, and therefore has taken this initiative to come forward to come inviting everybody on the platform of media, so as the current EXCO that we acknowledge them being the leaders of the team, so they must also be there to explain to us.
Black Africa has never been divided by anyone or anything. What happened is it was a leadership difference. Black Africa is one. Why am I saying so? The supporters are the owners, and we never had any difference or any squabble or whatsoever. So if the owners are not have any difference, how can there be two BAs? BA is one. It was just a leadership difference. That was a problem. Now there's things has happened in the past. Now that's why many people have stayed away from the stadiums, has lost interest in the leaderships, in the team itself. Now that is the reason why we want this meeting to happen, so that we can tell the people, us as the owners never had any differences. So come one, come all, come and hear for yourself. Come and get what you need to have.
Very well said.
Seriously, we want everybody to be there. It's in all four corners of Namibia. Just to reconcile, unite, and the way forward. Simple as that. No infights, nothing. Because we as Black Africa, we were always professional, we will remain professional.
And because it's a big brand, Black Africa, I will also I will plead to you out there, do not forget to put on your attire, which is red and black, so that color, that if you wear red and black, whether you like it or not, somehow you will have to look back and say, oh, this color, such an attractive color.
Yeah.
So make it possible that they come in great numbers, so that we can own back our team. So that's what my message out to you guys.
Thank you very
Red
much.
and black.
Lovely stuff.
Our people, please, we are waiting for you. Come one, come all. Like I said, it's our team. We are the owners. Without us, Black Africa is nowhere. We have seen it the 2 seasons. Without us, where is the team now? But when we come back, the team will return to where it belongs. Yes. So please, people, come out in numbers.
And by returning of Black Africa, I believe, and I strongly believe that soccer in Namibia will revive over again. Because once Black Africa is in, Pirates will come up, African Stars will come, Tigers will come up, all the other teams will come, and then we will go back to the stadiums. We will go sit on the bubbles and we'll shouting, because we are so bored nowadays, because Black Africa is not in and there's no soccer in Namibia. So we also want soccer to come alive again in Namibia, because without soccer, just imagine, life is not easy. But Black Africa will make it. Therefore, come.
Okay.
I see that hopefully say soccer.
That has been the hit list. After the break, we zoom in with some chats with the Brave Warriors before they head off to their next set of qualifiers. Stay with Sport Wrap. Let's zoom in as Philip Joseph chats with two players from the Brave Warriors squad before the qualifiers, as the fitness coach also shares his thoughts. The Brave Warriors kick-started preparations for the AFCON queue against Cameroon and Kenya, slated for 7 and 10 September 2024.
My name is Tuli Beijo Nashihwa. I'm a centre back, also right back. I play for Tigers FC.
Tuli, can you just tell us how the intensity has been so far? I mean, you guys are in your third session so far.
The intensity is great. We started off light, not too much, because we have few new players, so we're trying to get them comfortable, and then we take it from there, but it's going good.
And I mean, you've mentioned that there are a few new players. You've been the old head yourself in this setup. I mean, you've picked up a few caps along the way. Just how well have you guided the new guys?
We have helped them here and there, but you know, we are all new to this. We're still not there where we want to be, so we're all learning every day. So it's not really to say that I'm old in the setup. It's just we help each other where we can.
I mean, you guys are obviously training twice a day. Just how well have you guys also adjusted with the workload so far?
How well we adjusted with that?
With the workload?
I know the workload is not too high, it's also not too low. But because some of us have been training with our teams, we are fit. We came back from Kasafa maybe a month ago, so the work is not all gone, so we're still pushing.
Okay, that will be all, man. Thank you.
Paulo Samutenya, UNAM FC midfielder.
Paulo, can you just tell us how training has been the past couple of days?
Training has been good. Couple of past 3 days, it has been good. The team is very competitive, so training is good, very intense. Yeah.
I mean, in terms of fitness level, I assume you guys have already started with your pre-season, but just how well have you guys adjusted to the national team's level of fitness?
Yeah. You know, it's not the same. But when you come here, it's a bit different. But I see the guys blending well. You know, the fitness is high. So I think the pre-season from the clubs helped. So when we come here, we are fit enough so we can handle this intensity here.
I mean, of course, the other guys that are based outside will be coming in shortly. Just how well do you think the whole team can adjust, especially with the new players in?
I think the team will adjust well. You know, they are Namibians, man. We know, so it will be a great camp. Actually, if those guys come in, you know, you will be able to learn from those guys that are playing abroad, you know, from outside. So it will be good to learn from them, and you know, to be as a team, to be very well and competitive.
Well, thanks.
Good day, my name is Garen Smith, sports scientist for the Brave Warriors. So we started 3 days ago. It's our third day today. The fitness is looking good. I mean, the first day was really just technical. We did a bit of passing just to get the guys into the rhythm. And then of course the second day and the third day today, we started bringing up the tempo a bit higher, so the intensity increased. It's very important to monitor their loads. I know some of them are busy with pre-seasons with their clubs, so it's important for us to see where they are regards to their fitness levels. I think most of them know that playing for Brave Warriors, you need to be fully fit. But other than that, I think it's been so far so good. Still a lot of work to be done. This afternoon we have another session, and then of course possibly tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, and then of course going into next week, which is basically our final week before we fly out.
Coach, you just mentioned that playing for the Brave Warriors requires a lot of hard work and the workload. Just how well have the new guys adjusted to the level of fitness here?
Most of them know the intensity of international football. There is a few new ones that you can see is slowly coming up. They're looking good though, but it will take some time for them to adjust just to the tempo of the training already, and then the moment they experience international football, they will be in for a bit of a shock just because of the high intensity of international football. But so far so good. Quite happy. Again, like I mentioned, there's a lot of work still to be done, but so far so good.
I've noticed that there's been a player that has been sidelined there, Shipe Karumbe. Does he have perhaps a serious injury or anything in that regard?
No, nothing serious. It's just us protecting him a bit. He did feel a bit of sore muscles from the training, so we don't want to, especially with this high intensity training, we just trying to avoid and a bit of precaution not to get him injured, because he is an important player to us as well.
Okay, that will be all good. Thank you very much.
No worries.
We certainly wish the Brave Warriors all the best. Stay with us as we get into the weekend schedule of rugby in Spotify. All right, let's have a look at the weekend schedule for the NSSU semi-finals happening at Afis Park, as well as NSSR. We're looking at Origo PS versus VAPA. These are the under-11 teams. Vindugim versus Pro Ed Academy. In under-12, Vindugim versus VAP. And Ruetsgim versus Pioneers Park Primary School. Under-13 Reserve, VAP versus PS Walvish Bay. El Nathan versus Auburn PS. And under-13 Super, it's Walvish Bay Private School versus Pioneers Park PS, and St. Joseph's PS versus Windhoek Gymnasium. Looking at the Standard Bank quarterfinals for Namibia Secondary Schools Rugby, under 14B, Windhoek Technical HS versus Windhoek High School C, and Dr. Lema High School versus Windhoek Afrikaans Privat B. In under 15B category, Windhoek High School B versus Dedwina High School, Karoo Walvis Bay versus Karoo Windhoek Gymnasium. That's under 15B. Under 15A, it's Walvis Bay Private School taking on Windhoek High School. Under 19C, it is Windhoek High School, third team taking on Dr. Lema, second team, and the MK Herzer High School, second team taking on David Besadenut High School, first team, and that is the under 19C. And then in under 19B, rather, Windhoek Technical High School versus Dr. Lema 1. That game is at 16-40. Continuing with the games, Grootfontein Schools Rugby versus Dr. Lema High School, that's under 15B. This is Saturday's schedule. Privat Square Narton versus Tsumeb Gymnasium, under 15B. Under 15A, it's Roots Gymnasium versus Okahanja Schools Rugby. Under 19B, it's MK Herta first team versus Grootfontein Secondary School first team. Under 15A, at 12:20, that's going to be Pro Ed Academy versus Paresis Rugby Schools. That's for under 15A. Swakopmund SS1 versus Sierra Leone High School, under 19C. And for under 19B, it's Keetmanshoop Privat School versus Deduna High School, and Dunseg High School versus PK De Villiers. All right, so lots of wonderful rugby action happening at Afis Park. You can't afford to miss it. And of course, NTV will be making sure you catch those games and the news surrounding them. From me, Ashwin Berry, I've had an absolute blast on today's Sport Wrap. I'm going to leave you with Ari Hogad as he takes us globetrotting. See you tomorrow.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with golf news first. It is the British Open for women that will start this week, and it is one of the majors of the women's calendar, and the defending champion in the tournament is Lilia Vu. She's from the United States. She won last year the British Open. She's paired with the world number one Nelly Korda in the first round and second round, and also Charlie Hull from Great Britain. Another favourite in the tournament is Ireland's Laura Maguire. So a strong field that's assembled at St Andrews. It is the home of golf, so it's a very significant tournament for the women, the British Open for women. 4 players from Southern African interest. It is 4 South Africans that's playing in the tournament. It is Ashley Buhai. She's the highest seeded in the world rankings from the South Africans. She's playing in the tournament. She won the tournament 3 years ago. And then also Paula Rito playing, and Cassandra Alexander, and also Leanne Pace, very experienced Leanne Pace. They all 4 of them playing in the British Open at St Andrews. Total prize money for the Women's Open is $9 million, and the winner will take home $1.4 million. On to cricket news. It is the first test in England. It is England playing against Sri Lanka without Ben Stokes, the captain, that is injured. And it is played at Old Trafford. It is Sri Lanka winning the toss, batting first. They were in deep trouble early, 6 runs for 3 wickets early and also 113 for 7. They recovered to score 236 all out in their first innings. Jowiana De Silva, the captain, scoring 74. And it is England that replied with 22 without loss. That was for the last 4 overs of the day. Continuing international sports news with the motor racing news, it is the Formula 1 Grand Prix that continues. It is the Dutch Grand Prix this coming weekend. News from the Mercedes-Benz team is that the engineer Peter Bonington, he announced that he will stay at Mercedes-Benz. He's going to be the head of race engineering. He's been the race engineer for Lewis Hamilton the last 12 years, and there was strong speculation that he might follow Lewis Hamilton to the Ferrari team, but he confirmed that he will continue with Mercedes-Benz in the 2025 season. And to close off today's international sports news, it is soccer news. It is the English Premier League that continues this weekend. It will be week 2. Still transfers happening, and it is Chelsea that confirmed that they've signed the Portuguese forward. His name is Joao Felix, and he will come from Atletico Madrid. And he's very expensive. It will be a $50 million deal. And the 24-year-old Felix, he will join the club for 7 years. And so it's good news for Chelsea. That is after they lost their first game to Manchester City. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.